right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
And Sebastian had to work tonight, so he's not going to be able to join us. But I think that might work out for the best. Because there was some shit that happened on The Walking Dead that just made me question it, and he'd have flipped out if we'd have talked about it any longer.
I know exactly the part you're talking about, too. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So that I know I'm not fucking crazy. So, Walking Dead this past weekend, excuse me, another really good episode. A lot of character building and shit like that, but it's because it's all coming to a head. So let's talk about that first. So, I've been teasing and talking shit about that Maggie and Negan are going to become a thing, and that they're building their love story right now, like all the tension that they got between them and shit like that. And she had that look of, oh, Daddy, oh, it's you, right? When she first saw him. But on this episode, what got me was when Negan's new wife, at first when she found out about it, she was, like you could see it on her face, like almost confused, like you didn't wait for me.
I didn't get that.
No?
I just thought they were generally surprised.
Okay, so what about the part when her and Negan's wife were out together and she saw her eating the ginger?
Yes, that's what I was like, uh-oh.
Right, and she found out that she was pregnant. And the look on Maggie's face wasn't about, like, to me, it wasn't about her being pregnant. Like, it wasn't about the baby.
I didn't see it like that either.
I thought it was about, you know what I mean? I thought you were supposed to be mine, kind of, you know what I mean?
It's funny how when I saw that, I was like, oh, we're going to kill Seabass on this one. I cannot wait. We're going to kill him on this one. And he ain't even here.
Right? I think he probably planned it. He probably called, hey, can I work tonight?
Did you guys watch it together?
Yeah. No, he came in and watched it later.
Oh, damn.
So I haven't even had the chance to kind of rib him at all about it. But I think that what's going to happen is somehow that lady's going to die. Right? What's his name? Old lady's going to die. And then that's going to bring Maggie and Negan together.
Okay, how about this? She kills her.
That's possible.
As a payback. And now they're even, and they can go on to this new show.
How about this? How about Herschel kills her? Because Herschel pulled the gun on Negan.
Right.
He said, hey, look, when we get done with all this bullshit and you grow up a little bit.
Because Negan killed his dad.
Right. You want to handle it then? Cool. And you have every right to want to do that.
I think if that's the case, Herschel does it on accident. Like, he didn't mean to kill her.
Right.
Maybe he was put in a position that he could, and it accidentally happened.
Right. So
he can't necessarily be blamed.
Ooh, maybe it happens like Carl, where she gets Carl's mom, like in season 1, she got bit. And that's when she was pregnant with Judith. And so when she got bit, they made her give birth to the baby, I think, or she died giving birth to the baby.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember this at all.
So Carl had to put a bullet in her head so that she didn't walk around. And Carl was a little badass, stood there looking at his mom like, you was a hoe anyways. And shot her in the head. So I'm thinking if that's going to be the new, like, something's going to happen to her where she dies or she gets bit and he has to put her out.
Why did Carl say that she was a hoe anyways? I don't remember that.
Because Judith may not be Rick's daughter.
Oh, is that dude from the
right
beginning?
The Punisher, yeah.
The Punisher, yeah.
It might be his baby.
Really?
Yeah. Because they were together when Rick found him.
I remember that, yeah.
And then, Rick came and they were... But and all of a sudden she was pregnant, but like 4 months. Be like, hey, I've been back like a week. What do you mean? So I'm interested to see on how they play that.
She's got it. First and foremost, the new wife gotta die Because she's not going into the spinoff with them.
No, there's no way.
Okay, so she got to die.
And I'll tell you right now, if she goes in the spinoff with him, I'm not watching it.
What?
I won't watch it.
First of all, you are going to watch it.
I won't watch it. I won't even give it a chance.
You don't even know who this woman is.
I don't like her. I want it to be Negan and Maggie. I want to be right about that. I just have this feeling that I'm right about that whole situation.
Huh.
And I don't think that I could watch it if that didn't happen.
Well, again, yes, I believe you are right. That we are right that she is going to die. That's a given.
Okay.
I think it's just a matter of how she dies. Could Maggie have saved her from some walkers and chose not to as a payback?
Would that be a payback for him not helping her up on the back of the train, or would that be for Glenn?
I'd probably comment. No, it all comes from Glenn.
All comes from Glenn.
Yeah.
I'm interested in the rest of this. I need it to build up and happen already.
So as you can tell, I'm not so mad about this episode.
Okay.
Except for one thing, which we'll talk about. But I wasn't upset as I have been since I started, I guess.
Okay. And Rosita looked funny to me on this episode. When they first showed her, it didn't look like her.
Yeah, when she was behind the desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, who's that? Did they replace her?
Yeah.
But she fine, dude. She hot.
No.
No? Why? She too thin?
She don't look like my wife, so she can't be. The one funny part is when she first put on the uniform and her and that white boy, Nixon.
Yeah.
They were gonna go to work in a sense.
Yeah.
And they were told to go somewhere else.
Oh, Dixon.
Yeah, Dixon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed where they kept their helmets at their waist.
Huh?
She had hers right in her crotch.
Really?
So it reminded me of the singer from Cameo, Word Up. Remember, you used to have the red heart right there, that big plastic heart? As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's Cameo right there.
I thought you were going to tell me Dick in a Box from Justin Timberlake. Holy shit. So what didn't you like about the episode?
At the end, or towards the end, well, almost at the end, where Maggie had a plan to fight the CIA dude.
Right.
Where she called it in on the walkie-talkie. She says, I have a plan. And they didn't show what the plan was. They just automatically showed them on the rooftop chasing the priest and the other Aaron. So what was her plan?
For them to chase.
But how did they catch all the other?
Man, it's only an hour show. They can't show you everything.
Come on, player.
You had to know that was part of it because that's where it.
What
cool.
was part of it though?
Them getting chased to the rooftop.
How did the other soldiers get caught up and wind up dying? How did they lure them away in a sense to be able to kill them? Because when the CIA dude was calling for backup, he heard them screaming, like fall back and them getting shot. What happened? What was the plan?
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what? It was what's today? Tuesday. It was 3 days ago, bro. I tried fucking watching it right now. They don't show it on demand.
I told you that last week.
I was like, what the fuck?
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I couldn't get to. I have to have the fucking
that
AMC
service.
Plus. Yeah, nah, fuck that.
Do you have DirecTV?
No, Spectrum.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be on there the week after. Nope, nada. I wonder if it's on Hulu though. Because Hulu, they showed that following week, right?
I don't know.
The next day it's supposed to be on.
But again, come on, dude. It says, I have a plan.
Yeah, and then they put the plan into action, and that's...
No, they did. How do you know?
They survived, right?
Yeah, I get it. It's an hour show, and I get they're trying to... But come on, man. Spent more time on the house. Matter of fact, I didn't like the episode. Fuck it. Now that I think about it.
Oh shit!
But them walkers in the garage coming after Dixon.
They seemed a little more aggressive, right?
Dude. Quick with it.
Yeah, man. Well, Sebastian said that there was something somewhere where they're supposed to be changing, or there's a new kind, or whatever.
No.
I don't know. But they seemed a lot more. Because at first I was like, "Fuck, dude, you cranked him in the head like twice already. Why aren't they dead?"
And how he gonna take off his armor?
Yeah, I thought he was bit when he did that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when he took off the right arm, right? Like that's his arm.
He took off the chest plate. He took off everything. I understand for more mobility, but
you're not in a
that's
position
your armor.
where yeah.
That's
Man, that ain't armor. That's plastic.
Hold on a second. That's 15% of your body parts exposed.
Right.
You take it off, now it's 100%.
Right. No, you're right.
Yeah, this episode sucked.
Nah, it was a good episode. Just for the Maggie and the new wife little piece right there, and that turn away from them.
I don't think my wife ever ate ginger, but is that something normal?
Yeah, it's like
Being pregnant?
Yeah, I think it's to keep from being nauseous.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't think my wife ever had to eat that.
Because if I remember correctly, when my ex-wife she was nauseous all the time, so they told her take a half a Dramamine and drink some ginger tea or have a little piece of ginger, if I remember correctly.
Dramamine?
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
Did she do it?
It's motion sick, yeah. She was good after that. She'd be fine. Till the next morning. Dude, her shit was...
She should have had to rough that out, kid. My wife wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
pregnant?
She ain't white, though. Your wife not white. I mean, I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean? Like, they go to the doctor for... You have two type of white people. You have the type of white people that go to the doctor for every type of medicine possible. That no matter what it is, there's got to be a pill to make me feel better. My mom was like that. And she was like, she wouldn't do it like, Mom, you need to stop doing this. You need to eat right. You need to do... No. They'll just give me a pill. And, I mean, she was taking a fucking handful of pills 3 times a day before she passed. But she wouldn't, you know what I mean? But she wouldn't do she wouldn't do the things that we're telling her to do.
Right.
So she was stuck. You know what I mean? To where, oh, no, ya no tomo esto, ya, hasta el aguacate, que las tortillas, you know what I mean? They'll cut it all out. Or the froofy white people that'll go to like a healer or a holistic doctor. Oh, here, drink a little bit of herbs and drink of it. Although Mexicans do that shit too. Go get me some yerba buena and...
Can I tell you, I went to some dude this Friday. I don't know if you want to... Are we done with The Walking Dead?
Well, we have to be now. You talking about you went to a holistic doctor? Is that what you telling me?
Yeah, and the funny... Yes, I did. And here's the funny thing. Our buddy Manuel had told me to go see one in regards to my condition.
Okay.
Just because if they can't find it, my regular doctors, change it up a little bit. Go see if there's something that they can see that might help. They might know, yes, they've dealt with people with this condition, low on iron on a regular basis, and could tell you, drink this, take that, natural herb type deal, and it might help.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. You went into a shop apparently, right? Is it a shop or is it like an office?
It was like a doctor's office.
It was like a doctor's office. Okay, that's
not as. Forgive me for saying this, not as clean and not as up to date.
Okay.
But you walk in, it's a little lobby. There's a big window with a desk behind it and a door that leads to the back. So it's just like walking into a doctor's office.
Or a dispensary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll need your driver's license before you go back, Mr. Pacheco. Did he?
Okay. Well, time out.
All right.
I didn't go from that my condition.
The fuck did you go for?
Thursday, I did something to my back, and by Thursday night, dude, my back was locking up on me to where I couldn't even get out of bed. Thursday night, my wife and I went to dinner with Rob and his wife.
Okay.
They took us out for our birthdays.
Nice.
And the funny thing is, Rob was having back problems too. So we were both walking like old men. And like to get in the booth, to get in my wife's car. Remember I told you my wife's car says really low?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, killing me. I'm telling you, killing me. So by the time I got home, I swear to God, I was walking like an old man.
You were just done.
And I would, dude, and like it was hard for me to even take deep breaths because I was in pain, serious pain. I don't know what I did.
Have you ever used a TENS machine?
A what?
It's called a TENS machine.
TENS?
Yeah.
No.
So what it is it's this machine that has 4 leads on it. It's basically electrical stimulation, and what it does is like if your back's knotted up, that muscle, you put it on there and you can set it at the intensity that you need, at the spurts that you need it at, whatever makes you feel comfortable, at whatever highest setting you can take it, and it goes for half an hour. And it's just little electrical shocks on your back to release the tension in that muscle, and it'll make it easier for you to move.
Yeah, I doubt I'll do that. I'm not shooting electricity in my body.
I've done it. I did it for my arm and shit. I use it on my knee when my knee acts up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but you'd have to shave patches in your back and.
Oh, yeah, I got a story about that too. Anyways, dude, and so I got into bed, and dude, I was like stiff as a log. And then my wife was getting ready for bed, and she yelled for me from our bathroom. There was a bug in the sink that she wanted me to get. And dude, it took so much for me to get out of bed and handle that. To get back into bed, dude, I thought I was going to die. Straight up.
Really?
Yeah. So I wound up taking a couple of leave, which I'm not supposed to. Doctor's orders, that tears up your stomach, the whole 9.
Right.
But I was like, I got to. There's no way. So I go to work the next morning. It's still tight, but, it happened before. It's happened a few times, but not this intense to where I was just frozen.
Right.
And then when I go to work, I'm working it out because I'm, moving my body so much.
Muscles warming up.
So during the day, towards early afternoon, my wife calls me. She's like, "How's your back?" I said, "Fine." She goes, "My mom had went to go see this guy for her back. Apparently, like, he gave her, like, some sort of massage that worked out really well." At this point, I didn't know he was a holistic doctor.
Right.
I just thought he was a chiropractor of some sort.
Okay.
So my wife says, "I booked you an appointment with that guy that helped your mom's back. It's at 6 o'clock today. Is that going to be a problem?" Now, and I don't know if I told you this. I got a problem. I got a problem with massages.
Okay.
I don't like them, unless my wife's giving them to me.
Okay.
It's just... I don't feel comfortable.
Right.
Woman touching me like that if it's not my old lady.
Afraid to get excited on the table. I got you. It's all right.
It's just
we're amongst friends.
It's just not comfortable for me. So I was like, I don't want no massage. She goes, "No, I called him. I told him what you were going through. He says he'll fix you." And I was like, "All right, whatever. Cool." So, again, I'm thinking he's a chiropractor.
Right.
That's going to give me a massage. Okay?
Okay.
So I I go to his office at 6 o'clock in the evening. Oh, excuse me. And it's $75 in cash. That should award me right there. She says, so make sure you take cash because it's $75.
All right.
So I go there. Like I said, I went to the office. It wasn't the cleanest. I was just going to say clean as in clean.
Namaste and welcome to...
No, he was a Mexican dude, Spanish dude. His degrees on the wall were all from Mexico. They're all in Spanish. There was a big picture of his graduating class.
So you don't know if it was certificates or not, or what they were in?
Nothing. So I walk in. There's a little bell hanging on the doorknob so they can hear you when you walk in. Because whomever was supposed to be sitting at the window wasn't there.
Okay.
Keep in mind, it's 6 o'clock in the evening. So maybe this is almost like after hours, if you will.
Okay.
So I walk in, and then I read a sign that says, face covering is mandatory. I left my face cover in the car. So I turn around to go get it, and I hear somebody say hello from the back. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I said, I'll be back. I got to go get my face mask. He goes, oh, well, don't worry about that. I was like, you sure? Because I don't have a problem getting it. He's like, yeah, that's fine. What do you want? Strike two.
Right.
Okay.
I want to give you my money. I want my back.
I said, I got a 6 o'clock appointment. Oh, okay. Have a seat. I'll be right there. I'm like, cool. So he, 30 seconds to a minute later, he comes out. He goes, yeah, well, can I help you? I said, yeah, my wife called. I have a 6 o'clock. Okay. He says, come on back. So he brings me into this office where it's got one of the big old massage tables.
Is it the hydro ones or the ones with the balls? Or is it the ones that were like traveling masseuse has where you put your head in the toilet seat? Okay.
Yeah. And it's covered with towels. Looks legit. Again, it's just an old office. It's not. There's nothing. When I say dirty, I don't mean like dirt. It's just old.
It's old. Okay.
Yeah. So
not well kept.
No, it was kept nice. It was just old.
Okay.
Old paint, old tile. So he says, okay, so what's going on? So I said, I got this. My bag felt like it locked up, and I kind of showed him the spot where I think it's coming from. He's like, okay, he goes, I'm gonna need you to take your shoes off, take your socks off, take your shirt off, and lay on your stomach, put your head through like you said, the toilet seat, and we'll get to work. I was like, cool. Again, in my head, he's giving me a massage.
Right.
So I got my head down, so he starts, middle of my spine, he starts pushing down. He's like, okay, do you feel any pain? Let me know when you start feeling pain. So he starts with, like, let's say my waist area. No, I don't feel nothing. He's like, nothing. When he got towards the center, when he pushed down, it popped. He goes, did that hurt? I was like, no. And so he goes all the way up. He goes, nothing hurt? I said, no. And he says, okay. So he starts wiggling my arms. He grabs one arm and starts, wiggling it and stuff. Nothing? I was like, no. So he goes to my feet, right? He tells me, at this point, maybe he tells me to turn over. So he goes, dog. He gets my pinky toe, right? And he pulls that motherfucker. And I was like, oh. He goes, no, relax, don't tense up because I can hurt you. And I was like, okay. He grabs the next toe and pulls it. And when he's pulling it, like, it cracks.
Right, they're popping.
Yeah. But the problem is, I think he's trying to pull my fucking toes off. Because, dog, he's not telling me
what he's doing.
He's just, so, I tense up. He's like, don't tense up because, you can hurt yourself, da-da-da. And I was like, fuck. And he goes through all my toes. And, dog, let me tell you, half of them popped, which maybe that's what he was trying to accomplish.
Right.
But it ain't like they felt any better when he was done.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
So it's like you could have not done that.
And we'd still be okay.
And I still had the same feeling. So then he, he has me go on my side. He puts a pillow on my back.
And he lays on you.
No, he takes like my waist and he tells me to force myself back, and then he pushes my waist forward. So in other words, he's doing all these contortion
shit, yeah,
type shit. So, dog, he does it to my fingers too. He starts pulling on them. And dude, I swear to God, dude, it's almost like he's trying to pull my fingers off. This shit don't feel good at all.
Right.
Scary. And again, don't tense up. You could hurt yourself. I'm like, bro, at least, I'm thinking to myself, at least tell me what you're going to do so I know what's coming. Because you squeezing my hand like a massage, and all of a sudden you grab my pointer finger and you try to pull the motherfucker out of the socket. You feel me? So, yo, then he grabs a bed sheet and he starts wrapping my head like a turban.
Okay.
Right? From my neck up. My man says, okay, grab hold of like the bed or whatever I'm laying on.
Right.
He goes, I'm gonna pull. I want you not to move. And I was like, okay. So I grab hold of the bed. My man is trying to pull my head off.
Oh yeah, he's trying. Because your back is compressed, so he's trying to.
Yeah. Again,
he's accordioning you.
Let me know, my man. Let me know.
Mexicans and accordions, man.
Oh my god, dude. There's a couple of pops. I admit, I believe all the things he was trying to accomplish were accomplished.
Okay.
Because he was like, "Oh, I heard that one," stuff like that. He has me stand up. He starts pulling my arm straight down. He's like, "Okay, how do you feel?" Now, I swear to God, dude, I've been there 15, 20 minutes tops. Tops. How do you feel? I'm like, I'm all right. He goes, oh, excuse me. The best part. He has me sit down after he pulled my arms out of the socket. He puts this warm oil on me, on my back, on my shoulders, and it smells just like Vicks. And it's really it's like oily and warm. My man starts doing the karate chops on my shoulders.
Right.
Ta 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 ta. I've only seen that in the movies like from the 70s.
Right.
And I'm like, does that shit really work? Because he's really quick on both my shoulders. And I'm like, come on, man.
He's trying to relax you, dog. Work the muscles out.
I've had massages. Not a lot. Maybe 3 or 4. They've never done that. That's like, come on, man. So again, I'm there 15, 20 minutes tops. And he says, okay, we're done. And I was like, are you being serious right now? And he kind of he saw the look on my face, and he tells me, next time, come like during the regular hours and we'll have a girl massage you too. And I'm like, okay. And so he goes, all right, now there's some pills I'm going to want you to take. That'll help if you still feel pain. So he gives me these pills, the container of pills, little packet, and so he says that'll be $100. And I was like, oh, my wife told me 75. He goes, oh yeah, and the pills are 25. And I thought, okay, all right, cool. So I go home. He tells me take 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening for 2 to 3 days, and your pain will go away. I was like, cool. So I'm home, and I'm thinking about it. I got some pills from a dude I don't know. I can't read what these pills are because it's in Spanish. He didn't diagnose me. This could be some baby aspirin that I paid $25 for. It could be Aleve. It could actually be something that I could be taking. But here's the problem. I don't know. Would you take them?
Yeah. He was a doctor. You saw all of his shit in the...
Shit.
No, but you know what I would do? Look. On all the pills, it has numbers on them. You just go to Google and put those numbers in, and it'll tell you, is it round? Is it oblong? If it's oblong, it's this. If it's fucking round,
on the actual pill itself or on the container?
No, on the pill. Every pill has them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look at it when I get home.
Like Vicodins will have they'll be oblong. It'll be like a V325.
But these are Mexican pills, money.
Va a tener una B con 325. Like what?
But here was my concern.
Google Translate.
Here was my concern. I'm already taking 6 pills from my regular doctor.
Right.
Now I'm mixing these in with it from somebody that this doctor ain't talked to, and they ain't talking to each other.
And he didn't even ask you if you were taking any other pills or nothing, right?
See what I'm saying? And it's bad enough that...
Dude, you went at 6 o'clock and you want full service. Come on.
It's bad enough that my 2 doctors don't talk to each other. And they're, they got computer systems that can, easily be conjoined. But this dude, like I said, man.
So when did you go see this guy?
Friday.
Because you walked in my house with a spring in your step. You look like you walking
Today?
fine. Yeah.
Oh.
You look like you walking fine.
Oh, yeah, I'm good now.
Because you took them pills for 3 days.
No, I didn't take them. They ain't been even opened.
Why not? You paid $25 for them?
Dog, it's one of those things that my old lady set it up. You know, it's...
You know she's going to listen.
Yeah, I already spoke to her about it. Because when I got home, I was like, that's $100 down the tube. But it was one of those things that, you know, for $25, it's like, do I spend this extra $25 or do I hear it when I get home? You feel me?
Right.
It's worth $25 for me to say, look, this is what happened. I'm not comfortable taking them. And she was like, you should take them. I was like, I'm not taking them. This dude, and dude, it's more than 6 pills up in that container.
Really? And they didn't look familiar to you at all?
No, I didn't look at the actual pills themselves. I didn't even open it. They still sitting on my kitchen counter.
That could be like a life-saving treatment. And you didn't even open them to see, like you didn't do no homework. Although, I will say, as a doctor, you shouldn't have to do any homework. You say, hey, I'm give you these pills, they're this is how you take
Thank
them,
you.
blah, 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 blah.
At 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and in 3 days you'll feel fine. And I felt like telling him, you told my old lady on the phone, I'll be feeling fine when I walk out of here.
So why didn't you?
Because
Instead, you gave him an extra $25, walked out with pills you never even took. You acting like Chris Rock right now. He slapped you and you ain't done shit. So you're just feeling better because, or what?
Yeah, I'm feeling just better because I had to take a leave the next day as well. So by Sunday, I was straight. By Saturday evening, I still felt a little pinch, but by Sunday, I was good.
That's because he did all that popping, straightened you out, and you good. It's good. He did you good, dude.
You know what sucks is one of my customers a couple of years ago gave me, which I chose not to take, so I gave it to my brother-in-law, so I should have kept it for myself. Was one of those not a machine, but like I don't know what you would call it, exercise tool, where you strap your feet in.
What, hang upside down?
And you like put your arms up and your weight automatically hangs you upside down.
Have you ever tried the like it's like a roller pin for your back? Ever seen them? They're these tubes. They're about, I don't know, maybe 2 feet, maybe 1.5 feet, and they're knobby. And you sit down and you put it like at the bottom of your waist or at the top of your shoulders, and you roll backwards on it. And you're arching your back as you're doing it, and it's popping your back all the way. Because you just roll. You roll on it.
What, and the knobs are popping your back?
Well, because you're at an arc. Because normally if you lay down, your back is flat. So you put this round tube under it, and you go like that over it, and it pops your back.
No, I've never seen that.
No? I have one in the living room.
What do you use it for? For that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you actually use it?
Yeah, I've used it before. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Milo too. It pops his back when sometimes he'll complain because he's had a lot of growing pains because he grows so fast, and he was complaining about his back. And I was like, well, lay down and use that real quick. Just put it at the top of your shoulders and roll backwards, arcing your back, and pop, 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 pop.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, you know what else he did?
While
I was sitting down, fucking took my head left to right, like quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Did he feel around like in your neck area to make sure that?
I don't remember, but yeah, that wasn't cool.
Hell yeah, that is. That shit pop.
No,
man, that shit is good, dude. You need to go. You need to go to an actual chiropractor though. Don't go to fucking Juan del whatever.
Miguel, homie.
Oh. So sorry, senor. But you should get if it's something like that, just go to a fucking chiropractor next time, dude. That's kind of weird. Fucking go to Don Quixote's fucking
You know what it is? My mom swore by it because, she's older and,
Right.
her back is tired. And
You got a handsome man?
No, I wouldn't say that.
No? Is he tall?
No, not at all.
Oh. Never mind. I picture him like Danny DeVito height, like.
A little taller than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But same kind of shape though, right? Like, or was he thin?
No, he was. He was thick, but he wasn't necessarily fat.
And did he wear Did he have on a doctor's coat, or did he have on the playeras?
No, neither. He had the just a
collared shirt.
Collared shirt
Like
with
a
some
polo?
khakis.
I got this all wrong.
But again, what killed me was, what do you want? I'm like, man.
I'm here with your delivery, senor. I'm from DoorDash. It's fucked up. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to an actual holistic doctor.
In all actuality, I should have asked him in regards to my condition. If A, he's heard of it, and B, has he dealt with it?
Well,
and C, what he did if he had.
It didn't sound like he was so much a holistic doctor as he was some sort of chiropractor, because all the shit that you said that he did was more chiropractor-ish.
If that, I would agree with that. However, his brochure that I was skimming through while I was waiting, did show like the different things that they're supposed to take care of.
Oh, okay.
And one being like internally, your blood flow, your it just showed like different things that they work on.
Okay.
So I could have probably just asked. And with him having an office, he's got to be doing some kind of business. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it ain't like I went to his garage and got it handled.
Well, what's funny is there's a lot to be said for non-traditional medicine like that. I believe in a lot of that shit too. Like
and again, that's what Manny was saying. Back in the day, his mothers would use concoctions versus medicines to cure you, and it worked.
Sometimes, yeah.
I think I told this story before when we went on our senior trip after high school to Mexico, and I caught something, and I was dropping black deuces for weeks. And Manny's mom found out, and she was like, "Hey, take these." And they weren't prescribed. It was like some funky thing that she.
But you didn't ask questions about that. You took that shit.
Dog, I was dying inside, and it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In a week, I was good.
Well, because we used to there's plants that you have, like a lot of time you may not notice, but like Mexican mothers, and probably more grandmothers now than mothers, will have certain plants at their home. Always. They'll have hierbabuena, they'll have ruda. There's a couple other plants that they'll have. And like ruda, I think is for gas or something like that. So they'll make a tea with that sometimes to give it to babies. Because if they're like a colicky or whatever, they do that. But I remember my mom told me that when I was a kid, they would give me they would give me milk, and that I would have seizures. And they went to doctors here, and they ran all kinds of tests, and they did all this shit, and they didn't know what it was. Nobody could figure it out. And that they went to a curandera, or a Mexican doctor, a healer, and she says, "Okay, well, don't give him that anymore. Make him feed him this for the next however many days, and then give him this. Feed him this instead of the raw milk or whatever." And I never had him again.
Really?
Yeah. They don't know what it was or what it was about the milk or whatever. Obviously, I'm lactose intolerant now. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I was just that allergic to dairy or that allergic to whatever the milk that they were giving me at the time that my body just couldn't handle it and seized up like that. But
I mean, look at marijuana. for cataracts, for cancer patients. That's an herb.
I buy the CBD. There's a salve, almost like a paste almost, and I use that I'll use that on my knees, like when my knees hurt, because it cuts down on the swelling. It stinks like weed, but dude, almost instantly the pain's gone. Within a couple of minutes, I'll rub it in, and it's gone.
How long does it last?
Like a day and a half.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You wash it off. You put it on at night, wash it off in the morning, but the pain doesn't come back for at least a day. So yeah, dude, CBD is amazing, right? Like all the effects of marijuana, but it still comes with all of its bullshit like anything else, right? Like any other drug or whatever that you're taking. But there's a lot of people that do natural healing and I think it's like anything else, dude. Half of it is you got to believe in it. You know what I mean? And if you don't, then it's not going to help you no matter how much of that shit you take. And you don't like anything, so. So if it happens again, would you go back to the guy and give him another chance and go back during the day?
Well, again, going back during the day is just for the massage portion of it. So I don't. Why you shake your head?
I wasn't. I was like, yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
As much as I should say, as sketchy as the $75 cash was, you have to admit, $75 and I'm out. Versus sign here, sign there. Here's your copay. Let me take a picture of your insurance card, and then 2 weeks later you get another bill in the mail,
right?
Because what your insurance didn't cover, and you pay it, and then another couple of weeks later, oh, we messed up. You still owe this much to be able to do it for $75 cash and walk out. Something has to be said in regards to that,
right? That makes a lot of sense too.
Oh, I thought about that. Was one of the things I thought about too. I was like, I could have gone to not that he wasn't a regular doctor,
a Western medicine doctor.
Yeah, but then I was like, I got to mess with all that paperwork.
No, and then we got to let's do some X-rays.
And not only that, we can see you in 3 weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, come in at 6 o'clock, $75 cash.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey.
Whatever happens, okay.
Yeah. And
that's good though, right? Like, there's got to be something said about it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't all that bad. You know what I mean?
I did not feel different from the moment I walked in to the moment I walked out. The pain was still there. But at that point, it was minimized because I had worked during the day, worked it out. It was still, you feel that little pinch getting in and out of the car type deal. But what he was trying to accomplish as far as cracking certain bones and that was accomplished. But
now that you're saying that, though, at the same time, yeah, he only cracked a couple bones and he did all that, but you didn't. He kept, does it hurt here? Does it hurt? No. Well, okay, then fuck it. We're just going to crack some shit and send you on your way.
Yeah.
You didn't help yourself in that situation. He was extending an olive branch to help you out, and you decided to,
Hold on.
Hurts.
I told him where my pain was. He didn't go to that specific area.
So it's his fault that he didn't. So when he was like pushing on your back and he said, "There, you."
No. He said, "Does that hurt?"
Right. You didn't say no, but if you try maybe a little further over to your right.
It's my fault.
I'm just. What do you want? Do you want help with your pain, or do you want to let this man touch you and go home? You know what I mean?
Okay. You know what? Point taken. I should have been more vocal and said, "Okay, by the way, the pain is still there. Here's the spot. Why don't you try working on that?"
Well, maybe a little less like that and more like, hey, you're close, but if you go to the right a couple of inches, you might be right there. Or yeah, it's you're almost there, but it's a little further to the right.
Okay.
Because he was in the moment touching your back.
Right.
Hey, here?
You're right.
No.
Right.
Here? No. Well, then where the fuck does it hurt? What do you want?
Again, had I known what he was doing,
He was searching for the
No,
fucking
he
part that
was.
hurt.
How do I know that?
Because he kept asking you, does it hurt?
You know,
Fuck, there you go,
okay.
not connecting dots. Fuck, going to that doctor was like fucking watching the fucking Walking Dead. I mean, I was there for 15 minutes and nothing happened. I don't know.
You know what? I see it at a different angle now. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give it to you.
So, the $100 that you lost that day, $50 of that shit was your fault. All right, so let's get to talking about what everybody's been talking about the last couple of days. I think everything's been said that needs to be said about it, but they haven't heard us talk about it yet.
Let's talk about something first.
Okay.
About the Oscars.
Okay.
Did you watch them?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know they were fucking on until I started hearing that.
You're
that
right.
shit happened.
I didn't either. When we were channel surfing, we saw it, so we turned it on.
Okay.
It feels like over a year ago I saw this movie that we spoke about. So my wife and I, we were both like, damn, we saw that movie, it feels like 2 years ago. And it's barely getting awards now, which was Coda. If you remember, a girl had her mother, father, and brother were deaf.
Oh, yeah.
But she could hear.
Okay.
And how I would start crying and shit over it. So...
Did she win and did you cry at the award?
The father of the movie won like best supporting actor.
Okay.
And he's really deaf. So we caught it right when like his award was being announced. His category, I should say.
Okay.
And so he got the award. So he went up on stage and he was giving his speech, and they had an interpreter, he was signing. And they had an interpreter, saying what he was saying, verbally saying it. And so it was cool. It was, the whole shebang. But then he told this story about that his dad was the best person at sign language. He didn't say his dad was deaf as well, but he just said his dad could do it really well. And he said his dad, I believe... maybe suffered a stroke or was in a car accident, left him paralyzed. So he could no longer communicate with his dad. Dog. So my wife is on the left of me, right? So you don't know how happy I was that the tear was coming out of my right eye so she couldn't see, right? So I'm watching, we're both watching it and shit. And so she, after the award was done, she like turns to me, she's like, "You okay?" and I was like, yeah, I'm good, but it was rough. It was kind of tough, And she goes, yeah, I kind of thought it would be. And then she goes, because when he was talking about his dad and his dad couldn't do something, and I was like, okay. And she was recapping it, and I was like, you trying to make me cry? Yeah, because I was just about getting over it, and you trying to make me relive it.
She was fucking with you. Oh, shit.
And it was funny because she was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, it was tough." She was, "Yeah, I thought so because, when you said his dad they couldn't communicate anymore, I was thinking, oh, man, that's messed up. They can't speak anymore to each other. And I knew that you were going through it right then and there." And I was like, damn, woman. So at that point, we started watching it.
Okay, so before we get into the Oscars then, yeah, dude, age has a lot to do with that bullshit.
What bullshit?
Well, I don't know about you. Have you always cried about shit like that, or is it just once you hit like 45, 40-ish?
No, once I had kids. As they got older, I guess.
Right.
I've always been like that. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But especially when they got into high school.
Okay.
That's when I really started getting emotional about stuff like that. I told the story at the football games. There was always a student that his mom would bring him, and he was disabled, and he was at every football game, rooting them on and shit.
Right.
And dude, I would get choked up all the time about it.
See, and I've never been a person that was like that. Like I've never had feelings. And probably like over like the last 5 years, maybe even a little bit longer than that, I feel like I became an emotional fucking mess. Like, so that movie Dog, the new one with Channing Tatum or whatever. So it's out on, you can watch it digitally now, right? And I saw it and I'm like, fuck, I want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it because I know I'm going to fucking, it's going to be one of those emotional things where, oh, the dog and blah, 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 whatever. And I was mentally thinking that already. But then I was like, well, fuck, ain't nothing else on, let's watch Dog. So I'm watching it, dude, and all of a sudden he has some sort of seizure and he's laying on the ground and the dog comes and like if the dog could talk, he'd be like, fuck, dude, are you okay, bro? Why are you shaking and laying on the ground? Are you okay? And then the dog lays across his chest and sits there for a minute, and then he puts it, because he's laying like with his arms out, right? And then the dog put his head on his shoulder, right?
Right.
Kind of like a woman would if she was, you know what I mean? And the dog's just sitting there kind of looking out, and it looks like the dog's fucking teary-eyed because German Shepherds just have wet eyes, right? And you're just like... Change scenes.
I don't know if I would do that.
Really?
If the human was dying or the human was going through this?
Yeah, he was laying down. The human was laying down on the ground, and the dog was...
I don't know if I would have gotten... Maybe. I mean, I'd have to watch the movie. But if the dog was going through that, I would have been fucking in tears.
Really? Why the dog over the human?
I don't know, because the dog, I don't know.
It's a friend forever, friend for life.
Yeah. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Where the dog can't help himself. Like the dude... I had to watch the movie. But to me, the dude where's the dude's partner?
No. So what it was is, he's an Army veteran, and the dog was a canine unit in the military with his best friend. So they were all in the same unit together. Well, the guy that owned the dog died. The dog had done something like 8 tours or some bullshit. Fucking had bolts in his back. Like he had a Purple Heart. Like he had survived all this military shit, and the dog had PTSD. So nobody could get close to him. But this guy wanted to come back and be an Army Ranger, and he had to prove that he was okay to do that. So they said, okay, well, you prove it. Take the fucking dog. He's got to be at the guy's funeral, like 4 states over. Right? So he goes and picks up the dog, and it's about the journey of him taking that dog to the funeral.
Okay.
And the dog wouldn't let anybody fucking near it. Like he'd touch him, they'd go to pet him or whatever, and the dog would he'd just fucking snap. So he always had to have on this fucking muzzle. And there was certain people that the dog would get along okay with, but he wasn't okay with Channing Tatum in the beginning. And it's about how they kind of let go of whatever their issue was and kind of grew together, and how they became friends, right? So it was a cool movie, but you have to know that that's kind of what it's getting you into before you go into it. But even then, like I'm sitting there and I'm watching this shit's happening, I'm like, glad I'm watching this alone in my room. I hope the kids don't knock on the door. Shit. Yeah, it was fucking weird, dude. I don't like watching movies that make me feel like that. You know what other movie that made me feel like it was Big Fish? Have you ever seen that?
No.
What's that guy's name? Jedi. He's the new Jedi. He plays Obi-Wan. Come on.
The Scottish dude?
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Well, he goes, his dad's dying, and he goes to see his dad, and his dad's always telling these fucking long stories. And by long, I don't mean like they take a long time, but like fucking outlandish. Like there's no fucking way this shit happens, right? Like your dad's always telling these fucking bullshit stories. So, and I don't know why he went, I don't remember why he went on this journey, but he found himself going to these places and finding the people that his dad had talked about. And seeing that all these fucking crazy stories and these crazy people that his dad had met throughout his life were real. And how seeing all those people and hearing and talking to them changed his relationship with his father, even though his father had passed. Like, he came to understand his father, and that all this time he thought his dad was full of shit, and all these things were really happening.
Oh, wow.
It's a cool fucking movie, dude. It kind of fucked me up when I watched it. God damn it. Stop watching movies like that. So, back to the fucking Oscars. Did that happen? That was like the first thing that happened, right? Like, it happened right away.
No.
It was later on in
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason why I know that is because we were actually going to bed. We had watched it for a little while. We were actually going to bed. And then our buddy Rob texted on Twitter, like, what had happened.
Okay.
So I turned the TV on. And
Wait, you have Twitter?
No, he sent
the
link.
Okay.
When I had turned the TV on, it had already happened. And I might even want to say, when I saw it, Will Smith was accepting his award. So
Crying.
So I rewound it because we had recorded it, and we watched it.
Who was right? Who was wrong?
Oh, Will Smith was totally out of line.
Yeah,
Totally.
without a doubt.
And I only know one person that thinks it was all right. And
He's ridiculous.
yeah.
On that particular event, that was just ridiculous. Because I don't think him slapping Chris Rock had anything to do with Jada, per se. I think that Jada has embarrassed him so much that he was tired of being a laughing stock, and he didn't want to look like a punk anymore. So he thought, oh, well, now's my time to man the fuck up. And
I agree with you, but I don't think it was just her that made him feel like a punk. I think overall, like, his career, because starting with DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince,
right,
with no cuss words, and in their rap songs,
right,
they're rated. Let's call it rated G,
right,
music, when everything else was hardcore. It's almost, to me, it almost made them feel like they were goofs.
Yeah, he was popcorn.
Yeah, and then the show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
right,
which was a great show. Don't get me wrong,
right,
but again, rated G.
How you gonna transfer from that to slap it? And if it wasn't fucking Chris Rock, he wouldn't have gone up there. Because if it was fucking Jamie Foxx, if it was fucking Eddie Murphy, if it was fucking anybody else, if it was Terry Crews, if it was anybody else hosting.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, Terry Crews, I see because of his build.
Right.
Maybe even Jamie Foxx. Because Jamie Foxx, he's kind of ripped too.
Right.
What is it about Chris Rock? You're saying he did that because of his build?
Yeah, I think so. But I think Chris Rock will whoop his ass.
I don't.
Fuck that. When he slapped him, Chris Rock slid his right foot back and had his arm ready to go. And he's lucky that Chris Rock understood where he was at.
Yes.
And understood the magnitude of what had just happened, even though it was such a split-second thing, because I mean, he turned the Academy Awards into the BET Source Awards, because every time those Source Awards are on, some shit pops off.
Source Awards needs to up their game if the Oscars are going this far.
Right? Fuck, what's going to happen there now? Fuck.
But, yeah, dude, I don't think Chris Rock could take him because he's rail thin. He's got, like, I think he's got issues with his hands. You ever seen, like, his thumbs?
It's just the way I hold them.
So it's, I think, in a fight, I think Will Smith would take him.
I don't think so. Not at all. And I'll tell you what, and I said this in the group text, that either he didn't fucking pay attention during the Ollie thing, or when he was training for that, when they were showing him for the movie, or because when he walked up there, it shows Chris Rock didn't expect that to happen because he didn't move back.
Right.
And Will Smith stepped so close, like he expected Chris Rock to step back, and he didn't. So when he hit him, he had his right foot forward, like he wasn't planted right to throw a punch. Both feet were like next to each other, as opposed to his right foot back. So when he made that swing, and why he decided to bitch slap him instead of fucking ball up your fist and hit him. I mean, if you're gonna go up there and make an ass of yourself on national TV, you should have at least knocked him out. Because now you look like a bitch. You couldn't knock out fucking the pencil. You know what I mean?
Well, he also, part of it is because he was stealing on him. Will Smith walked up there. I can almost guarantee you he did not have a mean look on his face. He was playing it off like
I'm gonna come joke.
Something was gonna happen. That's why Chris Rock was like, because I don't think he had to look like I'm gonna rip you a new asshole.
I don't think that's what it is. I think that shit was so unexpected and so out of character for him. That was the last thing Chris Rock thought that Will Smith would have done. Anybody?
Oh yeah,
would have done.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Chris Rock can take him. And I would like to see that happen. So, if Mike Tyson, if you're listening, put it together on your fucking fighting channel, and let's make that shit happen. Will Smith and fucking Chris Rock.
My daughter actually said they should do a pay-per-view event.
Yeah,
like Jake Paul does.
Fuck yeah, bro. And give all the money to charity. But I tell you what, it makes me want to go see Chris Rock on April 8th here at 29. Is Spotlight 29, right? Is that where he's going to be?
I think so.
I want to go see it just to see, because it's got to be, like, it's right around the corner.
Well, they said he's got a sold-out show in L.A. somewhere, I think, like, soon. Like, within the next couple of days.
Okay.
That's already been sold out. So they're saying, is he going to talk about it?
Oh, he's going to. Bro, there's no way that he can take stage and not talk about it. He can't.
But he's already got his hours worth of material. He's going to throw all that out the window?
Well, no, I don't think you don't throw. You throw 15 minutes out the window or add 15 minutes to your show. I think you go on, you do like your first 5-10 minutes of it. All right. I know you guys want me to talk about it, whatever. Fucking Will Smith, right? Like, he has to.
Yeah, he does. But how many times are you going to talk about it? Let's say he's got 10 shows. Are you going to tell the same story in regards to that situation 10 times?
Why not? If he didn't have that, he'd just do the same comedy show at each venue, 8 or 10, whatever he's got. Whatever number you throw out, he's going to do the same show at each one.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And they always leave, all comedians leave a small window to talk about some local city. They all do it. That way they can kind of incorporate and make everybody feel like, oh, he was around town, he knows about what's going on. So he would take those 10 minutes and just fucking do, because when Will Smith told him that shit and he was like, all right, man, like, man, I got so much shit ready to say to you, like, I'll fuck you up right now.
So back to who was right and who was wrong. How do you because my thing is, I understand why he did it. I don't understand why he did it at that point in time with the cameras rolling at the Oscars.
Well, who was it? Steve Harvey said he did the Hollywood shit instead of manning up. He said, he wanted to put on a show for Hollywood, and that's why he did it that way. Had he been a fucking real man, he would have waited till he caught him out back in the fucking booth. Said, hey, what the fuck was that about? Whoop-de-whoop.
Right.
And slapped him then, and then let's see what happens from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he said he slapped Chris on national TV where he knows Chris can't do nothing back. I'm telling you, my money's on Chris. He the ugly one. You never fight the ugly one. You know what I mean? I really, and I think it has a lot more to do with other shit than it does with Jada herself. And
it definitely does.
And Why didn't he slap the dude August that was sleeping with Jada? I mean, there's a picture of that dude and Jada on the red carpet with his arm around her like, yeah, this is my lady. And he never approached that cat.
Well, not only that, they spoke about it on her show.
Yeah.
So it ain't like he's got to see these pictures. He knows.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, it's because they were on a break. Okay.
But back to the Oscars.
Okay.
Why was he not asked to leave?
Because he's Will Smith.
Now,
And that may have been the other reason why Chris didn't hit him. Because Will probably has more star power than Chris Rock. He's made a lot more money for Hollywood than Chris Rock has. So, that being said, although Chris Rock has big backing with Adam Sandler and because he's in all the Adam Sandler movies.
right.
You know what I mean? So he's got enough back with Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler could shut down Will Smith.
I don't think Chris Rock didn't retaliate because of anything other than he's a professional. He's not escalating it. He's on worldwide TV. He knows he was being professional about it.
Right. Dude, there's a bunch of dudes and women on TikTok that are blasting Will Smith about, dude, why would you do that? Like black people just started getting and being a part of the Academy Awards. You're winning for Best Actor, the Academy, and you spoil the night by slapping another black man on stage.
In regards to that sentiment, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he's very philosophical. He's very cultural. Apparently, I read part of it. He wrote something in regards to it and how Will Smith brought them back a few steps. And just like you said, how their culture, their people were starting to really take hold.
Well, Kareem did the same shit. Kareem was playing basketball and turned around and socked some dude from behind, some white guy from behind.
Well, how long ago was that?
Oh, so the time makes the difference.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't think?
Well, but how can you do the same shit? Because even at that point, when they were playing basketball and he was, with the Lakers or whatever, that was a movement then, because they were, things were changing for them at that point.
You don't think that was the part of that stage of the movement was more of, I'm not taking your shit, whitey? You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what?
But now it's a lot more than that, because they actually have. They're at that point in the movement, they're trying to get their seat at the table by any means possible, if you will.
Yeah, you might be right.
Now they have a seat at the table, and they need to conduct themselves as if they've been there and they belong there.
Act right.
Yeah, and what he's saying is, you just brought us back a couple of notches.
Right. No, he's absolutely right in that aspect. And as far as, the movement,
and another thing that I read was someone has said something along the line of Hollywood was doing what Hollywood does best. Turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
They did it for Bill Cosby. They did it for Harvey Weinstein. They're doing it for Will Smith. This happened in front of everybody. And here they are cheering him on, letting it slide.
Yeah, everybody's giving him a standing ovation when
he goes partying afterwards.
Yeah, did you see the pictures of him afterwards? Like he's all with his family, and I'm like, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
And from the point where he gets smacked to maybe not today, but where he didn't press charges, that says a lot more about Chris Rock than it does Will Smith. And fucking Jim Carrey came out and made a statement. He said, if I was Chris, he said, Will Smith better be lucky he didn't die. I'd sue him for $200 million.
$200 million?
Mm-hmm. Or $20 million or some shit like that. For slapping him on stage? Hell yeah.
$20 million?
Hell yeah.
Why is that? I mean,
you ruined his reputation. You assaulted him. Like, yeah. You while he's at work.
Okay. In regards to that, Chris Rock not pressing charges. Why does Chris Rock need to press charges in order for the police to arrest him? Isn't that an assault that was captured on film? Don't people get arrested for that?
I don't know. I don't assault people. I can't speak to that.
So here's what I'm saying. Let's say it was on live TV. Some dude punches somebody, an old lady, and they can't find the old lady, but they found the dude. So the old lady can't press charges because they ain't found her.
Right.
Are they arresting the dude? In other words, why does someone need to press charges when it's blatant?
Clearly he did it,
yeah,
right?
It was like there's no question about it.
Yeah, you're right. That's a very good question.
And then where's security?
Yeah, why didn't nobody run on stage? Like,
yes.
Why didn't they fucking put all the rainbow colored fucking squares on the TV and cut the commercial?
Yeah, and to allow, and I'm not saying allow as in
allow
for Will Smith to be able to yell that stuff from his seat at Chris Rock,
and nobody there was
nothing. It's like
nobody went and grabbed him and asked him, hey, let's go out here and let's talk about how you're acting.
Exactly. It's almost like what kind of what Chris Rock would have said. What kind of show you guys running here? What's going on?
Yeah.
You guys letting people run up on the stage? You guys letting this guy yell at stuff like this? What? Okay, I mean, shit. Well, how's this going to end?
I would have loved to have seen in people's houses the look on their face when they saw that shit. When they see him saying, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen it because Will Smith, he's the beloved dude, right? For fucking Men in Black and fucking I Am Legend and Bagger Vance and fucking Pursuit of Happiness. I mean, the dude's got a long list of fucking movies that people love him for, right? And to see him act like that and be a different person. I think his old lady got him fucked up. She is toxic and he needs to get away from her.
For him to, and in his speech, I want to be a vessel for love. I want to, I was
so
just
does your wife.
Holy shit. Is this guy really saying these things?
Yeah.
I almost equated it to a guy, let's say, who cheats on his wife. And then after that, he says, it's wrong to cheat on your wife. You shouldn't do it.
Right.
And then they say, well, hold on a second. How could you say that when you cheated on your wife?
How do you think I know it's wrong?
And then he says, well, no, that was before I made this change. Mm. I did that before from this point on, it's bad to cheat on your wife.
Right.
It's like, dog, come on.
Yeah.
And it's like he was saying, in the movie, I played a character who protects his family at any cost. So it kind of seems like that's what I'm doing in real life. And it's almost like he's trying to say, yeah, it's okay that I did this.
Yeah.
No, it's not okay.
Yeah, well, they made it okay because they didn't do anything. They didn't kick him out. Oh, now the Academy, we're taking a look at it. And
right after that happened, they sent out a tweet that says, we don't condone violence. While the show was still going on, they sent out that tweet. But it's almost like, but you ain't doing nothing about it. He's still there.
Right.
He's still getting that award.
Right. They should have removed him immediately.
Yeah. They should ask them to leave.
Or they should ask Jada to leave with her crystal head.
Man, why are you coming down on Jada, kid? She didn't do nothing. You don't know what's happening behind closed doors, but you trying to put the blame on her.
It is her. She cheated on Will. She got him all twisted.
But she didn't tell. They didn't go on a bridge. She told him to jump, and he did it.
Might as well have her rolling her eyes and be like, pfft. You know, she was telling her, you know, when she said that, when she was looking at him, she's like, well, Pac would have shot him. I don't know what you're doing just sitting there. Pac wouldn't have let this shit happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, she just, I don't know, dude. There's just something about her. I don't care for her.
I get it, but again, she didn't tell him to go up there and do that.
You don't know. You didn't see? Because he was laughing at first.
What do you think she could have said in that 30 seconds, in that 10 seconds?
Maybe she could have just looked at him and said, no, what are you doing? Why are you laughing?
Okay, but that don't mean go up there and handle it.
Yeah, I think it does, because he got a man up now.
And who was it? Tiffany Haddish?
Yeah?
She has said that she was happy to see that there are still men that stick up for their wives. Stick up for their woman, and did that. And that's just, come on.
Well, here's what's stupid. Are you ready for this? There's a cut that's floating around right now from Will Smith back on the Arsenio Hall show. And he's making fun of one of the band guys that's bald and telling Arsenio, yeah, that guy's got, we got regimens. Everybody's got, like he got to wax his head every morning. And everybody's like, oh, come on, it's just a joke. Oh, now, back then it was just a joke.
Yeah. He's totally wrong.
Yeah, I just... But the question is how forgiving are people going to be of him? Can he put out a movie next week and it'd be a hit?
Yeah, I think so.
What about Chris Rock?
Yeah, I think so.
Does that take away from him? Do people say, oh, he's a fucking punk because he didn't do anything?
I actually think that Chris Rock will probably get more.
He earned more respect.
No, not respect, but more. I want to see that movie Chris Rock just made.
Right.
Because of what just happened. Versus, I don't think anything changes for Will Smith. But they also said that apparently the winners of awards, of the Oscars,
yeah,
are presenters on next year's awards. That's how it happens. I didn't know. I didn't realize that. I didn't either. I never connected the dots, if you will.
Yeah, well.
And they're saying, well,
Makes
now
sense.
Are they allowing Will Smith to come back next year and present the award for whatever it is?
If you're Chris Rock, do you go back and host the Academy Awards next year?
That's a good question. He might not want to come back anymore.
If it was you, would you do it?
No. Well, then again, everything's about money, so I doubt they'll throw more money at him as an apology to do come back. But no, I probably wouldn't, because again, it's like, what kind of show you guys running here?
Well, I think that's going to be. I think if he comes at it, that's going to fuck the Academy Awards. That's where he's got. I think that's where he's going to come at it from. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One of the late night show hosts, you know how they crack jokes,
right?
I don't remember who it was. They were saying, could you imagine Kanye West says, you ran up on the stage and did what? Because remember how you ran up on Taylor Swift?
Right. Wow. I wonder if he would have done that to a white comedian, though, that made fun of Jada.
He probably would have. Let's just say he would have. I think he would have probably gotten more props for it.
Oh, I think he'd have been fucking ripped right out of the academies immediately.
You think?
Absolutely.
And, okay, with that being said, I think he would have gotten more props for it, too. For the same exact reason.
You might be right.
For the same exact reason what you're saying.
How fucked up is that, though? Like, that's just, oh my God, dude. That's so crazy. Yeah, I would have. I'd love to be able to sit and talk to Chris Rock. Like, dude, what the fuck?
And Will Smith apologized today for it.
Yes, but
to him.
It was yesterday. It was yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
But he only did it after the fake Chris Rock apology came out.
Fake Chris Rock apology.
Yeah, there was one from Chris Rock that had been going around. Hey, as a comedian, sometimes, we tell jokes and sometimes we don't realize, if we step over a line and, I clearly stepped over a line, blah, blah, blah. And it was fake.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah. So it had been making rounds and everybody's giving him praise about like, this is how it should be. Confront it head on. Take your fucking blame for your part of it. Blah, blah, blah. Will Smith, where you at? And then within an hour, Will Smith put one out. And then by the end of the day, Chris Rock's people were saying, hey, Chris Rock didn't write no fucking apology. You're tripping. You know what? The whole thing about this, though, that really kind of highlighted something for me, irritated me, but also got me several times, are the fucking headlines. Oh, Will Smith punched Chris. He didn't punch him. He slapped him. It was a clear slap. And then something, Jada breaks her silence about whatever. All she put, it's a time for healing and I'm with it.
Well, I like the funnier ones.
Which ones?
The award for best instead of actor says slapper.
Oh yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear what? What's it? Chris Rock woke up and found the following morning, that Monday morning or whatever. He found Fresh Prince.
Oh, yeah. The jokes.
Yeah, right? Been told many times.
And it's funny how what Will Smith was trying to accomplish, stop joking about my wife, blew up jokes being made about them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they're just coming
non-stop.
out to non-stop.
There's one where Wesley Snipes is bald, his head shaved, and he's sitting there in a purple suit, kind of like what's her name would wear, and it looks just like her. Said, "Please stop making fun of my wife." Like, holy shit! Like, I mean, dude, you're in the limelight. A certain amount of shit's gonna come your way. You know what I mean? You and your wife decided to do this fucking roundtable and put your fucking life out for the public to see. So with that happening, that shit's gonna come with it too.
Did you see that when he was making his award, when he was giving his speech, I should say, for receiving the award?
Yeah.
Did you see the part where he said what Denzel Washington had told him?
No.
Where Denzel Washington apparently pulled him to the side and said, be careful because when you're at your highest point, that's when the devil tries to mess with you.
He's married to the devil. Just saying.
But the reason why Will Smith, in the middle of his acceptance speech, said that was because while he was speaking, and getting all emotional and stuff, Denzel yelled out, "We love you, Will." And Will Smith said, "Thank you." And he says, "Oh, Denzel pulled me to the side and said this." Denzel said, "We love you, Will." I mean, again, he's making it okay about what he did. It's like, we love you, I got your back type deal.
Let me ask you this. Had Denzel done that, would anybody bat an eye and question if it was okay or not?
It would have been the same.
I don't think so.
What do you think would happen?
I think if Denzel did it, everybody would be like, well, fuck yeah, he shouldn't have made a joke about his wife. Everybody. I think very few people would look at it any different if it was Denzel.
Because
Denzel has a certain level of respect on the way he carries himself, and he's never made a movie that was slapstick or that made him look goofy. He's always maintained a certain and just the way he carries himself.
Well, don't you think that it's also he doesn't put his family out there
Absolutely.
as the Smiths have.
Right.
Their kids have all that stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And you know what's funny? And I think we talked about this before. A couple of years ago, it's got to have been about 5 years ago, at least, that fucking Chris Rock made a movie called Hair.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
I didn't see the movie. I saw on, they're talking about it.
Dude, that's a really, really interesting movie.
You saw it?
Yeah. Yeah, because at the time I had an idea about hair. Because, so, in Oakland, a lot of people don't work in Oakland, they work in San Francisco. But to avoid having to cross the bridge in the car and doing all that shit, they take BART, which stands for Bay Area Rapid Transit. It's like their subway system. So, women would have to, if they wanted to get their hair extensions or get their hair, they would have to stop halfway home, get off, go buy their hair at the fucking hair palace, which is what it's called, go back, get back on BART, and go to whatever city, whether it was Fremont, Oakland, wherever it was that they lived. I found a place that had hair extension vending machines, and I was going to buy into it and have them put at the BART stations. I thought, wow, how fucking genius is that? It's already there. They're waiting for BART. They walk over and slide in their fucking $300, C7.
$300?
Well, I mean, not all at once, but yeah, it's going to take at least $300 to get that hair.
Serious?
Fuck yeah, bro.
For extension?
They spend money on hair.
I understand maybe for a wig that they're going to take home and keep.
No. There's a lot of wigs out there, but they spend money on fucking hair, bro. Weaves. Unbelievable. There's a place out there called there's a haircut place called Unbelievable in Oakland.
I'll tell you what, that vending machine would get broken into so much.
Well, you'd have to put it in the cage.
I mean, at $300 a clip?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be it would be $300 for the whole head, so you'd have to, keep putting in, but because it wouldn't drop a whole head of hair. Like, everybody's head is different. Like, there's some girls out there with some big heads. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, and it was interesting that he would make a joke about a black woman with a bald head knowing all the shit that they put in their hair, like all the.
Well, then again, you got to remember, according to them, his joke wasn't in regards to her losing her hair and not having it. I think he really thought
she shaved it.
So he was just cracking a joke about it.
Right.
Which, as hard as that might be to believe,
I don't think that's hard.
I don't either. But let's just say he really didn't know. It was proven when he's told Will Smith, "Yo, it was just a joke about the movie G.I. Jane 2."
Right.
In other words, he's saying, why are you so pissed off that I'm talking about this movie? Not, because your wife shaved her head, she'd be a good candidate for the movie.
Right.
But it's about the movie. So it was like...
Yeah,
he didn't know where... That's why he didn't know where it was coming from.
Right. Well, fuck, I wouldn't have known either. Maybe, that's pretty arrogant of them to think that everybody knows that Jada has alopecia, but ain't nobody know.
I didn't.
You could have been up for the new Indiana Jones Crystal Skull 2 movie. We don't know. Maybe you're doing an alien movie. We don't know. You know what I mean? It's just it was a tragedy more than anything to see. Will go down that road. It may be understandable that would happen to some degree. Like, I kind of get it, but at the same time, that's the devil. She's toxic for him.
That's love.
That's not love, bro.
That is love.
That's one-sided love.
Well, what about all the people that say, which we have a friend that says he deserved it? How it went down is how it should have went down.
In the streets, yes.
No, because You make fun of my old lady on national TV, you deserve to get slapped.
No, you don't.
On national
Because
TV.
if you a man, you step to a man-to-man outside of the camera. Hey, dude. What's with all the bullshit with my old lady?
Hold on a second. No, I'm not letting it go that far. You made fun of her on national TV. I'm gonna make you pay for it on national TV.
No,
If you're a man, if you that strong of a man to be able to do it while we're on TV, you strong of a man to take it on TV.
No. That's no.
What do you mean no?
No.
Why not?
Because that's not the way it works.
It could work. Hey, who says? Who
I
wrote
did.
that rule?
I did. God damn it! And what? No, I just look. If you want to, you can't have a street mentality in the business world. Although, hold on, although they're a lot alike. If you can run the streets and make money doing the shit that you do when you run in the streets, you could run a Fortune 500 company. It's the same kind of shit. It's just different tactics. You don't go after anybody with a gun. You don't jump anybody in the fucking parking lot, but you go after their money, right? It's the same kind of thing. You have to know what your surroundings are. In the hood, if somebody talks shit about your old lady and you stand up and you fight them, okay, cool, yeah, hey dog, you right, you should have done that. But you're not in the hood. You're in Hollywood, and you make millions of dollars per movie. Is it worth possibly giving up those millions of dollars per movie because he made a half-ass joke about your old lady's bald head? First of all, I won't go there. But who's like if okay, say it was you and your old lady at the movies or at the Academy Awards, and somebody made a joke at her about her or whatever, right? And you said, "Oh fuck that, I'm going up." Oh no, hey, what the fuck you doing?
You messing up our paper.
Right.
I get it.
Is she gonna hold you back, right? Your old lady's gonna be like, "Hey, whoa, what are you doing?"
If you got enough paper to begin with.
Come on.
Hold on a second.
Let's be honest. Would your old lady let you go on stage?
No.
Okay. That's it.
Okay.
95% of good women are not going to let you go up on stage.
Okay, so we seem to be dealing with that 5%.
Yeah, she toxic. She toxic. I told you.
Okay, so
she's a terrible woman.
Now here's something you mentioned. That street. This is Hollywood. Okay.
Yeah.
That's street thinking. Don't you think society as a whole is changing to where there's more street thinking coming into this business world, Hollywood included? And here's what I mean by that. Suits with tennis shoes. That would have never been thought of 10, 15 years ago.
Bullshit. We used to do that going to prom and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
too.
we were students.
And
It's becoming the norm.
Right?
Tattoos. Everything is all these. It might not be thug, if you will, for lack of a better term.
Right.
But it's still street. Tennis shoes in the business world. Tattoos in the business world. Haircuts that aren't parted to the side. In the facial hair. 15, 20 years ago, that would have been a no-no. It's starting to evolve into the norm. So all this street stuff, it's coming into the business world. Right or wrong, I believe it's coming into it. So, and what I'm trying to say is, when you've got these business people who are from the streets and keeping it real, if you will, Snoop Dogg, very rich. He hasn't changed.
He ain't never slapped nobody on TV.
But he ain't changed, per se.
How could you say he's not out getting in gang fights and shooting people?
But yet, when he goes to a board meeting, he ain't wearing a suit either. So things are changing.
Well, yeah, but he got fuck you money. Yeah,
what I'm trying to say is things are changing.
Right.
So there's no hard line between street and...
But let me ask you this, though, because if we're going to use that analogy, then we really have to mash it together with what Hollywood is, right? So if you look at Will Smith in and of himself, okay? And let's say we put on the other end of the spectrum, right? Let's say we put Snoop, Ice-T, Ice Cube,
Okay.
one of them guys, right? And then we do the white equivalent of who those people would be, right? So, Mr. Rogers, I think that's a fair analogy. Would you say, like, right? Because you said it earlier, PG, dorky, fucking slapstick comedy.
No,
Will Smith.
okay, no. Let's remember that movie with Kirk Douglas, Gordon Gekko.
Gordon Gekko. It sounds familiar, but
He was a
oh yeah, but he was the
head guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say more like him.
Like you're fucking tripping.
That he's that side of the spectrum to where
Will Smith is not that. He is not Gordon Gekko. No, because Gordon Gekko was fucking ruthless.
Well, what I'm saying is that type of business appearance, that type of business
No,
philosophy.
no, absolutely not. I don't think he falls into that.
Well, I don't think Mr. Rogers. I think
Mr. Rogers might be a little far to the
Yeah.
right. So let's a little bit further over than Pee Wee Herman. So where are we going? Who would be next?
Pee Wee Herman. Come on.
What?
I don't think Will Smith is that.
Okay, so
much
who
of
would
a-
be who would he be equivalent to in the white world?
I don't know. I don't know.
Stifler?
I don't know.
That's the dude from American
Yeah, I
Pie.
know who it is, but
Adam Sandler. We'll
okay.
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 Right? Because neither of them are very gangster. Neither of them are very.
But Will Smith can dress properly at the proper time, whereas Adam Sandler's still going to rock his sweats. That's my problem with Adam Sandler in regards to this example.
Okay. So you want Ben Stiller.
Okay. Better.
Ben Stiller. And fucking what do you call it, right?
Yeah.
So on this spectrum, who's going to be equivalent to Cube, fucking Snoop, and let's fuck around and say he was married to Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt. I mean, because that's about as tough as you're going to get, right? Like, compared to these guys, like who you going to say is gangsters as them?
Yeah, but
Robert Redford? But that's so far out of line,
Yeah.
too old that it's not going to make sense. What I'm saying is, let's say Ben Stiller was on stage, and Brad Pitt was out in the audience, and he made a joke about he was with fucking
his old lady.
Jennifer Aniston, whoever the fucking broad was that he was with, right? Nobody, he would never get up and go slap Ben Stiller.
That's correct.
But why are we making it okay that like it the thing is that you carry yourself a certain way, and you've always been this guy on the straight and narrow saying, hey, you know what, violence isn't okay. Hey, I'm into Scientology, and I'm about, doing great things, and I'm about, propelling the people that are around me and surrounding myself with great things, and, talking about what I want to do to make it materialize, and blah, 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 blah. How do you go from that to walking on stage and slapping a fellow actor?
Now let me say this. We have to remember no one outside of who was physically there is saying that's okay. Everyone that was physically there,
Well, except for our friend, right?
yeah, well, okay. Everyone that was physically there turn a blind eye, which in a sense is making it okay. For whatever reason, they turn their blind eye. They don't want to be called out. They don't want to be canceled, if you will. So we're just really referring to the people who were there.
So, do you really believe that people that were there gave a standing ovation just to not get canceled? Just to
I would say
to err on the side of caution?
Yes. Had they been seen sitting there, arms crossed, because they were not in agreement, I think they would have been ostracized.
Let me ask you a question. Is that because Will Smith's black? Was he the first African American man to win that category?
No. Sidney Poitier. I don't know who else.
I think Sidney was the only because
I just think the reason why it was so important was because Will Smith apparently has been trying to get an Oscar for so long, and this was finally an opportunity for him to get it, and it was known he wanted it,
right?
And he finally got it. So, again, I don't necessarily think it's because he was black. I just think that they were saying, fuck, I don't want to stand out as not being supportive, because apparently that's what everybody's doing, not knowing the outside world is saying, oh, that's bullshit. They're in that bubble where when in Rome...
You would have clapped too, huh? I would have.
You know
I probably would have at the time.
And here's the thing. At the time it happened, within that half an hour, I'd have been like, wow, that's fucked up, but... Yo, that's what it is. Without having time to really process it,
right.
Look at it from the outside and say, again, my first thought was, why the fuck ain't he being kicked out? Because, again, if you're in a club and you, for whatever reason, good or bad, valid or not,
right.
You start a fight with somebody,
you out.
You're getting kicked out, whether you were trying to save some damsel in distress.
Now here, look, this is as real as I'm ever going to be on this show. If I'd have been there, I'd have totally been on Will's side.
Yes, I can see that. And
be like, fuck yeah, Will, fuck that motherfucker. Go back up there and slap his ass and get the other side. You know what I mean? Like, because that's that energy that was probably in that room.
And now that we've had some time after the fact, maybe even Denzel himself would be like, you know what? Yeah, that was wrong. Denzel knew that at the time, but he was more of the
just try to do the
I
night.
understand why you did it, but okay, chill out now. But in retrospect, he's probably thinking that was totally wrong.
You think?
Again, you're in that bubble at that particular time.
Yeah. But does somebody like Denzel just look at Chris Rock like a lark, or does he look like him? Is he a legitimate actor, comedian?
That took it over the line.
No. It's a simple question. It doesn't need to be about that.
No, he isn't, for lack of a better term, an equal.
You think so?
They're in the same profession, movies. Chris Rock is also a comedian. Yeah, I think he
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think, from the looks of it, again, I don't fucking know him. We never had a chance to hang out, but he seems like he would come across as arrogant to me, like he would see himself.
I just think he's at a different generation that he's not their generation.
Right.
He's the elder statesman.
Yeah.
And again, in that bubble, oh yeah, he was talking about his wife. That hey, shit happens. But outside of that bubble, time to reflect. Yeah, that was kind of fucked up.
Right. You think he called him the next morning and said, "Hey, man,
No, I don't think they spoke after that.
No?
Nah. No need. I don't think they necessarily spoke before that. Outside of these kind of engagements.
I wonder what his fucking handler said to him. Because they said, his people are down there. It's fucking Denzel and Tyler Perry and Jamie Foxx and his managers down there. was the conversation, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I think it's more of,
hey, are you okay? Can I get you anything?
hey, are you okay? We're going to have to talk about this tomorrow. Don't let it stress you right now. You up for an award. Let's just get through tonight. We'll deal with the consequences tomorrow.
Well, they started right away that night. His handlers and his people were fucking trying to take shit down, to pull shit off of Twitter and all the social medias, the clips.
I bet. You know who else was showing him love in that commercial break after Denzel?
Who?
Bradley Cooper.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see that? Give him
No.
a hug. I guess told him, yeah, man, I get it. And, you're all right. Just let this blow over. You're up for your award. Don't think about that. Tonight is about you. And after the fact, I think Bradley Cooper's like, fuck, yeah, he played himself.
Really? And there was never anybody talking to Chris?
Oh, I don't know. That I don't know.
Well, no, like you said, you saw that Bradley Cooper was...
But yeah, because they were showing what happened during the commercial breaks. But they didn't show what was going on with Chris Rock.
Wow. If I was Chris Rock, I'd be fucking... Fuck all of you.
Yeah, I would be too. Again, I'm not necessarily mad at Will Smith. Because again, it's one of those things that, you did what you felt you had to do. But it's one of those things that...
Now you got to deal with what you did.
You got to deal with it. And don't complain if it don't go a way you like it.
Right.
Because something happens to one of your kids, and you're going after the person that did it, right?
Right.
And what you're saying to yourselves, I don't care what happens to me. I'm handling this.
Right.
All right, cool. If you get stuck in jail for 20 years...
Remember what you
said. Remember what you said, that's all. That's what Will Smith... I don't care. He's talking about my woman. I'm going up there and slapping him. Fine. Go ahead. Now you got to pay the consequence. And whatever that consequence might be, don't complain. Because when you was walking up there, you was saying, I don't care.
Yep, you had your balls in hand.
Yep. Hey.
I don't know, man. That's a lot of shit right there.
There's another video out that it showed Chris Rock was another award ceremony, might have been an Oscars. He was roasting Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
Amazon. Said Jeff, and in the description they're saying he's the richest man in the world type deal. And Chris Rock was like, look at this. Jeff Bezos got so much money. He divorced his wife, and he's still the richest man in the world. Gave up a half his money and still be the richest man in the world. And Jeff Bezos just laughing along with it. And the subtitles are saying, see how calm and collective Jeff Bezos is? That's why he's the richest man in the world. He's being roasted right now, and he's just sitting there taking it with a smile on his face, and he knows I'm still going to be the richest man in the world after this, so this is nothing.
Right?
Yep.
Say what you got to say.
Yep. That's why he's the richest man in the world.
I'd like some of that money. How do I become Jeff Bezos?
Long dollars, kid. Long.
Apparently the longest, right? The richest man in the world. Shit.
He's got loot. Crazy loot.
Dog, I had the strangest fucking dream the other night about Donald Trump. Fucking weird, bro. Like, for some reason I was out somewhere camping, and I was walking towards where the water was to go fishing. There was a dude there with his shirt off. And he had a really fucking wide back, like he'd like a cholo that had like just gotten out of fucking jail, like a fucking pit bull back, right? And it had some sort of tattoo I couldn't make out what it said on the back. And I was like, who the fuck is that? And I look up and it had Donald's hair, like his fucking the little blonde hair waving all over. And I was like, what the fuck? And he's turning around talking to me. And I said, I don't like the motherfucker, but I understand him now. Like, I really get who he is or what he's trying to do. And woke up, bro, and I was like, what the fuck? What did I have before I went to bed? I ain't never eating that shit again. The fuck is wrong with me? It was really weird, dude. I don't even know what to make of it. Like, I haven't thought about going camping, haven't thought about going fishing, haven't really thought about fucking Donald Trump.
Wow.
It's fucking weird shit, though.
I bet.
Maybe it's all this shit that's going on with...
You call it a dream. I'd have called that a nightmare.
Right? Well, I don't want to be a dick to the new fucking...
Speaking about like things that are going on right now.
Yeah?
So, I got my coffee this evening, and I asked for the largest one they carry. Okay?
Okay.
Because you said something about a Trenti
Right.
and Venti
Right.
and Grande, so I didn't know which one it was. So I said, hey, what's the largest cup of coffee you carry? Hot coffee. And she says, the Venti. I said, okay, let me get one of those. Cool. So I used to get, every time I went and asked for a large, they gave me the Grande, which was $5.45. This is the Venti.
Right.
$5.95. Only 40 cents more. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Or 50 cents more. Mm-hmm. No tax. We still haven't figured out why.
Hey, as he told you about it last time.
Did he? Mm-hmm. I wasn't listening.
That it's included in the price, and that way when you just come up, it's already all included.
All right, cool. Now, this coffee I'm drinking, isn't it majority water?
Yeah.
Okay. And little coffee grounds?
Water, coffee grounds, and cream, I guess. Yeah.
All right, cool. How long do you think it takes them to get the supplies for this and make it?
What do you mean, like there at the store? Like how long it takes?
So
from the
it's
ground?
pretty much the coffee grounds that would have to come from wherever.
Right.
Okay. But it's not that much coffee grounds in here.
Right.
Okay, and I don't have a problem spending $5.95 for this little, what's Venti, 20 ounces?
Yeah.
20-ounce cup of coffee. $5.95. A lot of people drink this on a daily basis, if not a couple of days a week at least.
Right.
And have no problem spending, this is
$6
$6, $7, whatever. My old lady was like, we were talking about this. She goes, you buy that coffee for $5 and change, and all these people are complaining about gas being $5 and change for a gallon of gas that takes you X amount of miles for that single gallon.
Yeah.
And what it takes to get to your gas station from its point of origin.
Right.
And it's like, you know what? That's a really good way of looking at it. Because for 20 ounces of mostly water coming out of their sink, I don't have a problem paying it. Not that I have a problem paying the $5 for gas. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I'm not one of those complainers. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do to change it.
Right.
But yet, so many people are complaining about that. And yet, those same people who go to Starbucks have no problem paying $6 for mostly water.
Well, because that's gasoline too for most people. Like that gets them fired up and gets them through the day, right? Like that's their gasoline for the day in their body.
Right.
But you do realize that the amount of liquid that's in that cup is the same as the tall, which is the smallest coffee.
The amount of liquid?
Yeah.
How's that?
Because the cup is smaller and wider. It's an optical illusion.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, go watch. Go buy a tall coffee.
Okay.
And then ask for the 2 cups. Ask for the Grande and the Venti. Just the cups. And then go stand at the counter and pour them one into the other. It'll the same amount.
Okay, hold on. Ask for get a tall and get a Grande and Venti cup?
Get a tall cup of coffee.
Okay, and that's the smallest.
That's the smallest.
All right.
And then just ask for the cups. I just need, can I get a Grande cup and a Venti cup? And then pour the tall into the Grande and watch it fill up. And then take that one into the 20 and watch it fill up.
How you figured this out?
Because I seen it on the internet, dog. If it's on the internet, it's real. No. If you look at it's the same at there's a couple of different places that it's the same at McDonald's, I think, because the cups are wider. They're shorter and wider. And then your next one up is a little bit thinner and taller. And that one's the thinnest and the tallest. It's the same amount.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that one.
I would.
Because I don't even have to ask for the cups. I just got to know how many ounces are in the tall. I just pour it in a measuring cup, right? So what you're saying is this venti is supposed to be 20 ounces?
It's a 20-ounce cup, yes.
But what's in it is not 20 ounces?
No.
Oh, so I should have looked inside before I started drinking to see where it actually started from?
No, because I think they fill it all the way.
So this cup is 20 ounces and they fill it up?
Correct.
So
I understand.
There's 20 ounces of liquid in this cup?
It should be, yes.
And so you're telling me in the tall there's 20 ounces of liquid?
I'm saying that what's in the tall fits in that cup.
Which is 20 ounces.
I don't know.
Dog, you're contradicting.
I know, because that's why I told you to do it. I've seen it done on TikTok and on fucking Facebook and Instagram, but I've never seen it done in person on my own. So if you could please buy a tall next time and get the 2 extra cups, and let's find out if it's fucking real.
Will they give me the 2 extra cups for free?
I don't know. I've never done this experiment, Tony. I don't know.
I just don't want to feel like a fool saying, hey, can I get an empty grande cup and an empty venti cup?
Well, I'll do you one better. Don't throw that cup out.
Okay.
And I'll rinse it out and have it for you next time when you're here.
Okay. I should still have the grandes in your trash can.
Oh, we could try that right now.
Yeah, I'll get the tall next week and we can just run the test.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan. Because that don't sound right to me at all.
It didn't sound right to me. I was like, oh, bullshit. And then I saw him pouring it from 1 to 1, but, you could stop video and start, but you didn't see that lag in the film, so, I can't call bullshit that way. But if we do it live, then, we'll know it's real. Because you're right. If it's 8 ounces, then it should have 8 ounces of fluid, and it shouldn't fit in the 20 ounce, right?
It should fit, yeah, but it should
have room. Right. You know what I meant. Don't be a fucking... Jesus Christ. All right, so real quick, shout out my niece, Nayeli. She's having her 11th birthday on Thursday. Happy birthday, Nayeli.
Birthday, but we're not done with the show yet.
No? Why? What else you got?
What you do this weekend?
So it was my sister-in-law's birthday. We all got together at my brother's house Saturday night. Hung out.
Crystal?
Yeah, Crystal. And I was there till about 1:30.
You?
Yeah.
1:30?
Yeah.
So you can stay out late.
Oh yeah, well I'm like it's like 5 minutes from my house. Shit.
Okay.
Cool.
You were home by 1:35.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It was good.
I'm glad to hear it.
And then but I had like a beer. So not like I was tore up or anything. This is just hanging out. And then I slept for most of the day on Sunday. Just got shit ready for the week. That's about it, really. Didn't do much, bro. You? What'd you do?
Well, I told you what I did Friday night.
Yes, you went out to dinner, right?
I went to Holistic.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Saturday night, we got an announcement to make. Not me personally, so, my nephew on my wife's side is having a kid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, AJ.
Congratulations.
Him and his old lady, Jasmine, having a boy.
Nice.
They had a reveal party Saturday.
Okay.
And, there's the... You
didn't light nothing on fire, did you?
No.
Okay.
The shooters, the fireworks.
The balloons, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
whatever. Well, they did something that I ain't never seen before, and I'll be totally honest with you. I heard they were going to do it beforehand, and I couldn't picture it, so I wasn't impressed with how they were going to do it.
Right.
So what they did was he's got a Trans Am, fixed-up Trans Am. I should say AJ.
Okay.
A restored Trans Am, I should say. Like the Smokey and the Bandit joint.
Okay.
Black with the gold eagle on the hood. The T-tops.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's legit. It is straight legit. They bought tires, special tires, that they look regular, but you're supposed to peel out, and I guess the first layer is black, and then after you peel out, it comes the color of whatever, pink or blue.
Right.
And it creates, it smokes.
Okay.
So they put that in a Trans Am, and his dad actually went in the street with the Trans Am, and him and his old lady and all of us were on this sidewalk, if you will.
Okay.
And his dad peeled out, and for a good 100 feet, 150 feet.
Nice.
And all this blue smoke was coming out of it. And dog, it was straight legit. I was like, now that's kind of sporty.
That's okay.
I was like, you know what? Because like I said initially, I was like, that's.
Yeah.
But looking at it, I was like, that's sporty. And then his brother-in-law, he's really into technology. He's a techie.
Right.
And he's got a drone that takes pictures and video.
Oh, nice.
So that was up in the air. So the video of it is just incredible.
That's cool.
And dude, you would think being up in the air like that, it'd be shaky and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, no, dude.
Dog, these drones are incredible.
Yep.
It went up in the air, and I guess he's got... It's either his phone or the controller for the drone.
Usually the phone goes in the controller so that you can control it while watching the video.
He was doing that.
Yeah.
And, dude, it was up in the air, and, in the beginning of the video, it's, kind of at an angle, if you will.
Right.
Not straight on, and he turned it. So in the video, you can see, turn real quick to where it's straight on with the car. But it was still... It was as if there was a camera on a crane, and that crane was bolted down and not moving.
It's dope.
These drones are incredible.
Dude, I bought a drone. I have one. I just haven't taken it out of the package. I haven't been able to use it.
Camera and stuff?
Yeah.
Dog, that's incredible.
I haven't pulled it out to use it yet. I've been doing a bunch of shit, so I have all these little toys that I haven't had a chance to play with, but I have them. You know what I mean?
That thing was incredible.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. So you're going to be an uncle?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, is it uncle twice removed or something?
You're a fucking uncle.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because I'm an uncle to him. So.
No, then yeah, you'd be the
great uncle, if you will.
Yeah, great uncle. Yeah, or twice removed or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Same shit.
So that was again, that was really sporty.
That is kind of cool.
I was. Really,
How much did they spend on the tires like that?
No
that's
idea.
kind of.
I don't want to ask.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy though.
Yeah.
That, or I guess he could store them in the garage and wait till somebody else has one and be like, "You want to borrow my blue tires?" Right.
There was something else I wanted to say. What was it? Shoot.
It's all right. Shit's all right. You can say shit.
Oh,
don't forget this Sunday, 7 to 10 at the Green Dragon Lounge. If you want to know about NFTs and cryptocurrency, we're going to be there with our boy Shannon, and he's going to tell you all about it and teach you how to get involved with that stuff.
Yep.
I'm excited. I've told a lot of people about it, so
cool.
Hopefully some people will come.
My daughter wanted to go, and she's really upset that she ain't going to be able to make it.
Oh, she's not?
No, she lives in L.A.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
You going to be able to make it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
And I was looking forward to going with her, too, I have to admit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's going to be in a lounge or just to go and learn that kind of stuff with her?
Yeah, just to go and learn that kind of stuff with her.
Is she geeky like that? Like, about stuff
no,
like
but
that?
like I said before, she wants to learn.
Yeah.
She thinks, as much as I do, it is, in a sense, the future.
Yeah.
It is.
It's coming one way or another. That's not going anywhere.
Yeah, so it's good to learn about it, to know at least to know what people are talking about.
Right. Yeah, at least you can hold a conversation about it, right? Or lead the conversation now if you understand it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting. Can't think of anything else? Can't remember what else?
No. So.
Did it have to do with family, kids?
Well, I mean, it's time for birthdays, isn't it? Are you done with yours?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, you see, because you're whack. You're not like me.
I'm not. I never said I was.
No, you guys were trying to take over the birthday spots.
And Regina, she turned 18 on the 21st.
So I'm just letting you know.
8 days ago. All right, go ahead.
You know, I had listener.
All right,
I had
Salty,
listener say, you know what? You need to continue with your birthday shout outs because those are nice. The Lopez's don't know what they're doing. You do it right.
That's right, Tony.
Yes.
You salty McSalty.
Okay. Remember AJ I just told you about my nephew?
No. I don't like
Well, his sister Miranda's kid is turning 3 on Friday. So Anaya, Leon, happy birthday.
Anaya,
You're 3
happy
years
birthday.
old. She's going to have a El Canto birthday party this weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Is there another Spanish cartoon?
Yeah, there's like 3 of them now.
What was the one right before this one with the skeletons?
I don't know.
Okay, I think there was one that I did see. I don't think I saw El Canto yet. No. So, yeah. You know, my mother-in-law, her birthday would have been this Wednesday, the 5th. Next Wednesday, excuse me. I believe it's Wednesday, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or Tuesday. Well, April 5th would have been her birthday.
Okay.
So,
Happy birthday.
yeah. Our boy Rob.
Rob's
His birthday is Saturday.
Right on, Rob.
Rob turns a big 4-7.
Woo!
Dog, he's 4 years younger than us.
Wow.
4.
Well, than you. He's 3 years younger than me. Just saying.
How old are you?
50?
Okay, I'll give you that one. But just think, we'd be seniors in high school. He'd be a little freshman.
Well, I was gonna say, is he turning? When you say he's turning 4'7", is that how tall he's gonna be, or is that?
I didn't
Just
say
kidding,
it.
just kidding, Rob. It's all love, brother. It's all love.
And of course, what's today? The 20 what?
29th.
Happy birthday, love. We're still in March, kid. Give it up.
Wow, one last
my
time,
wife.
right?
At least for the podcast, yes. But I still got some birthday shot tomorrow. Oh, 2 more days. Happy birthday.
More days. That's
Yep.
right. Don't forget it. You better remember, especially on the last day. If you don't, she gonna get you. All right. Anything else?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Cool deal, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. Love you. Talk to you guys soon.
Hey, if I do forget, if I do remember, stay tuned because then we'll record it.
Yeah.
Because something tells me I'm forgetting something. Okay, bye.
It's his old age.